archive my stream about every hour and stop it for like 2 minutes to save it so it's saved on the server, and then restart it and just. Cause I'd like to at least get one full day of streaming.
Probably the boring name, but I mean.
You know what? That's okay. At least it's still documenting it, you know?
Yeah.
Thanks for the heads up.
Yeah.
See, and that's the other thing that makes me different from a lot of the other Bay Area streamers is, you know, I believe in communicating with the people that I'm around. Especially if I know there's people that don't necessarily want their face on film. I do everything I can to be respectful of that. And if I have people that, like if I'm at a big action, say for example May 1st, and people tell me that they don't want their face on stream, I do my best to not get them on stream, but I give them a warning saying, you know, there's going to be circumstances where I may not be able to respect that.
Yeah, it's complex or it's this or that. I don't mind, I just don't like being made to look ridiculous.
Then don't do anything you shouldn't do. North Star Delta, we are on our way to Wichita, Kansas, where we're going to be for the next 2 days. We've got about 450 miles ahead of us yet.
It's on the playlist, but I had switches to, it's like, you have to change the playlist. What?
I'm gonna pick music for a little bit sometime, but.
It's just, it'll interject. Maybe you don't like it, skip it, it goes back to normal. It's related
Whenever
stuff.
just play music for a little bit, and then let me play music for a little bit later.
Can't we all just play music? Yeah, North Star, we're anticipating a relatively easy trip with no complications on this leg of the journey. It's just going to be very long. We probably won't get into Wichita until probably around 7 or 8. You know, depending on how many pit stops we make along the way. And I'm not quite sure where the other vehicle is at the moment. I know that we're supposed to be meeting Roy's supposed to be meeting us in Wichita. So we'll have our whole crew back together again, and we're going to be picking up some people in Wichita. I do know that we have people that are going to be meeting us in Wichita, so it would be nice if we had some that actually left with us too. Just so far, we didn't pick anybody up in Salt Lake City, we didn't pick up anybody in Reno, and we didn't even meet up with anybody in Delta. So, yeah, so right now we're 0 for 3. Hopefully we'll at least get somebody in Wichita. So I'm going to sit back, shut up, relax, and let you guys who are watching this stream enjoy the scenery, such as it is. If Trish and Darcy have any conversations, that's Darcy, everybody. Trish is driving right now. If they have any conversations, feel free to listen in. If you guys have any questions you want to ask, type them in the chat, and I will relay that to everybody. And we can do a question and answer session, or we can just do a general chit chat. So, you know, if you have any questions, feel free to ask, and yeah, we'll go from there. So,
Go into the rock the other day.
if I had any signal to be able to do it.
And it did stop. I was filming this kind of stuff. That's kind of their selling.
Huh?
Their selling.
You just got what?
So you know the celly you set up?
Yeah?
He's got one for Philly. That's him. He's one of them to get contracts.
Wait, he's on our side?
He disconnected the power.
Oh yeah, he set one. He set one for NatGap Philly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's gonna get one near the last week here.
Yeah. So if you're gonna text to that one, make sure you add the @NatGap Philly to it.
Okay.
If you want to text to ours, you're gonna text it to Occupy Caravan 1.
Thanks.
Yep.
You can do private ones?
Yeah. If you want to do a private one, you just do it at and then the user's name.
SCP, doesn't it?
Yeah.
That's cool.
Huh? That window right there. Just like press on the top of the caravan magnet because it's kind of falling off.
The window was ripped out of my hand.
A glorious live streamer just grabbed the magnetic siding for our Occupy caravan.
If we take the other one off, we go a lot faster.
Yeah, it's aerodynamic.
Yeah, I'm gonna check that one out too. For now.
So I'll leave it for now.
Alright.
You can check on it.
Yeah, let me check it out real quick. Huh?
It's there.
Actually, no more gas tubes.
And you guys are welcome to turn the music up a little more.
Turn it up.
If you want. Object and camera are closer than they appear.
I'll go back on that. One of the organizers for the National Gathering said he has some hard work to do. One of the organizers for the National Gathering says he has some hard work to do, so he's trying to get people to join him on this working project. He definitely involves the six-pack. Couple six-pack.
I have no problem with that.
Huh? As opposed to the fake stuff?
No, I said I'm smoking some pot.
Yeah. It's like it's a fake. I thought you said real stuff.
No, I just said I'm smoking some pot, just so you guys know.
All I said was like, as opposed to the fake stuff.
Right.
Never mind.
I was just being respectful of the driver, since I know she doesn't necessarily smoke. like I was doing a decent human being if I had an offer.
What?
I wouldn't have felt like a decent human being if I had an offer.
Thank you.
Ooh, that's gonna kill the sound of the audio.
Have it down for 1 second.
Yeah, good. Yeah, if you need your window down, feel free. Sorry, Darcy.
I didn't even press that button.
Yes, it is.
Cruise control.
Like I said, are you using cruise control or are you using your foot? Because you're not in control with cruise control.
You are. You just hit the brake and it's
But you know what I mean.
It's too radical. I don't.
It's too easy.
Too radical to switch.
It's too
It's
easy.
too complex. on set.
It's so easy. It's complex.
Yeah, it's too complex. It's too simple.
It feels weird. I don't know. How do you do it again? The on-off button?
On button, and the light will pop up in the middle, in next to the mileage in front. And then just kind of drive it to the speed you want, and then hit the minus button, and that'll set it at that speed. So if you increase it without like using it, you can just set it again. Whatever speed you're at, just set it. If you accelerate and it's stuck, it'll eventually go back to your
Good morning, Sandra. We are on our way to Wichita, Kansas. We just left Denver about 2 hours ago. So we're kind of out in the middle of nowhere right now. Literally in the middle of nowhere. As you can see from the scenery around us. We are coming up on the Seabird Seabird exit, which is exit 405.
Oh, it might be
Ooh, they do have an A&W restaurant though. Roy made an offer to me that I couldn't refuse the other day. For every hour that I videotape him, or that I live stream him or whatever, and I'm able to put it up on YouTube, he'll pay me $10 an hour.
That's cool.
So I'm going to be once we meet up with him again, I'm going to be focusing on him a lot, so that way I actually keep plenty in my pocket for the rest of this trip.
And it's kind of interesting by itself. Roy's not exactly boring.
No, he's definitely not boring at all. And he's got some good stories. I mean, has he told you his thoughts on money on money yet?
Is it going to be? No.
Ask him his thoughts on money. It's actually really good.
I would love for some fully debated on that.
Please, 3. What was the great Obama announcement? Yeah, out here in the middle of nowhere, we don't exactly have access to the news, unless we're using our internet.
Would Obama announce he's going to change his coat color?
His what?
His color, the color of his coat, from like blue or black to red or green.
Maybe he announced that he's going to pursue his presidency.
Maybe he's getting a haircut. Could be that he's...
What hair?
Yeah, not much less.
Maybe he's finally getting a haircut.
It could have something to do with Syria.
Oh, you know, that is
start up a proxy war with Russia and Syria. It's better than the proxy war in Iran.
Well, isn't Russia starting to send troops down to Syria to support Assad right now?
I haven't heard about that. They are selling weapons to each other.
Well, they've been doing that for years.
Well, there's rumors that we're selling weapons to Assad. I don't know if they're true yet. Probably are.
I wouldn't be surprised.
Exactly.
Because you know the U.S. government loves to play both sides of the fence.
In this case, they want the Russians to. I think they want to show strength against the Russians.
But the Russians are in support of Syria as well. So if the Russians are supplying Syria with Assad with arms, then what are we doing? Providing arms for the rebellion?
Here's the thing. Just because we're selling it to Assad doesn't mean it's going to go to Assad. And when I say we, I mean the U.S. government.
Right.
It's going to go to Assad forces, which defect, which is how they got it in Libya. So in a way, they get him to pay for our weapons, and then it gets turned over to the FSA. And then all they need to do is throw a couple drones, have some air superiority, and the rebels might actually have a chance to genocide.
Yes, this is one of the vans from the caravan. This is the red van. that has mini code frame.
Yes. What?
What is it?
More cowbell.
But anyways, ooh, medical marijuana passed House heading to Senate.
Yeah.
Yes.
See, the passes house is gonna succeed.
That would really bad.
There's gonna be something. It's half quarter. They're trying to buy it.
Hey, Nat, actually, I'm not this isn't the caravan from Vegas. This isn't the Southern Caravan. This is the Central Caravan. I honestly don't have an answer for that. If you look for Occupy I's stream, that's Occupy IYE. He's the live streamer for the Southern Caravan, and he'd be able to answer that for you.
It'll keep people back on. But I don't think that's enough. People wake up and smoke.
I know if I was in Vegas,
We don't exactly get it.
I probably wouldn't have come back either, because if I ended up going into any of the casinos, you guys would have been having to pull me out by my cold dead hands. I'm not ashamed to admit I have a gambling addiction, so I'm actually kind of glad I wasn't on the Southern route, because I don't want to get lost in Vegas. I was tempted enough to go to the casinos in Reno, but fortunately I didn't. Did you guys hear this?
Yeah, decriminalizes
So one of my viewers said that he heard a few people took off, and this from the Southern Caravan. A few people took off in Vegas, and the guy who was driving the bus was pretty much on his own after Vegas.
They what? They found gambling and alcohol?
Well, that's why I wouldn't have left Vegas if I was on that route. Yeah, Net. So nobody in our vehicle has heard about that. I could ask Michael when we meet up with him in Wichita. I can ask Michael and find out. I can't call him right now.
I can.
Oh yeah, you could, huh?
Yeah.
If he answers.
It's having. Yeah. Can we do that real quick?
Well, I will say that fortunately for us, we have not lost anybody with our part of the caravan yet.
Yet.
And I hope we don't.
Hey, Rusty, where are you guys at?
We're in Kansas.
We're in the middle
It all
of
looks alike.
Oh, good. You guys just got in? You got into Kansas? Perfect, so are we, so we're really close. We just got in a few minutes ago, too.
Are we actually in Kansas?
Getting off and getting to lunch or something somewhere, no? You want to shoot for that?
Yeah, definitely. You're on a live stream right now. We figured you could give an update to some of the viewers. So.
An update to some of the viewers. Can I call you right back? Can I call you back just because the other guy's on the line from Wichita? Let me give you a call.
Yeah.
All right.
Bye-bye.
Sandra says they had some transmission trouble, but got it fixed and we're on the way.
Oh, God. That's good. I was going to say, go ahead and look it up.
You can say whatever you want on my stream.
Okay.
It's a cussing-friendly stream.
Is it?
Yes. Even though in Ustream's terms and conditions it says that you will not use profanity.
What?
Well, they can eat a dick.
Well, first of all, I think they realize that's not really an enforceable thing. I think they realize that it's not really an enforceable thing because the fact that, as you know, when we're covering Occupy events and cops are beating the crap out of people, there's gonna be some cussing from both sides.
Yeah.
I mean, I have no problem saying fuck, fuckity, fuck on my stream.
You fucking watch your language.
I would, but my nose is in the way. Oh wait, no, that's wash my mouth.
Yeah, we got soap.
No, wash my mouth, not wash. I'll wash your mouth. sure to use dial, liquid dial. Because that's the nastiest shit there is.
I used to get my mouth washed out with dial when I used to cuss as a kid.
Dude, my grandma tried it one time, and like, it was nasty, right? And I knew, like, so I was like, this tastes so good. Grandma, what does it taste amazing? Can you do it again? Can I eat the soap, right? Because I knew she wouldn't do it again, and she never did it again.
They made it to Albuquerque yesterday? Oh, that's right, because they had the Albuquerque March last night. I forgot about that.
One of the guys, Steve C. from National Gathering working group, he's like, I would give my left, to go to like,
What, is that about to go to the Albuquerque March?
yeah.
I would have given my left nut, my right leg, and both my arms.
I tried to fucking ball in Reno and Salt Lake in Denver, dude. I wouldn't trade those days for anything.
No, we're not meeting up with somebody from Wichita, are we? Are we going to Oklahoma? We're taking a Kima. For them to be able to get up to Kima. Remember, they gotta go through Texas still. That's a big place.
There's a energy store in Florida. Yeah. That's what
Hey, North Star, yes, it was. North Star Delta says this is like the largest runway he's ever seen, or she's ever seen. The largest runway they've ever seen. Utah. But this is kind of like the longest airport runway I've ever seen.
It's true. It's pretty big.
There's not shit.
Fortunately, though, we are coming up to civilization, it looks like a little bit.
Really?
Just a little bit.
I don't believe you.
I see houses, that means civilization.
Does it?
It may be, okay, sub-civilization, how's that?
I see inefficient suburban sprawl in a rural area trying to...
I see a lot of farming.
That I have no issue with. I have issue with needless suburban sprawl taking up vital farmland that could be used for...
You know, the farmer's gotta live somewhere.
What? Yeah.
Okay, you might be able to answer this question. Are we planning on stopping in on a commune by chance? You know, peace, love, and all that jazz?
Which commune?
Any.
You don't really know that.
I'm not sure. I know that we are going to be meeting up at the Rainbow Gathering at some point. Yeah. So we'll be meeting up at the Rainbow Gathering at some point. Yeah.
Oh, fuck yeah. Oh, fuck yeah. Like, when or where?
One of my viewers, I don't know when and where yet, but Michael knows that information. Sandra lives 90 miles north of Oklahoma City, so you are passing close by me. Net says aquaponics is the future of farming. Can somebody explain aquaponics to me? I mean, I'm assuming it has something to do with water, but...
Fucking retarded.
Yeah, it was off. Okay.
It's a government thing.
Porn step? Hey Nat, it's no problem. It's no problem. Everybody's allowed to do a typo at least once a day.
What?
A typo at least once a day.
No, that's a real song. What's that?
You hear it now?
Okay, fuck.
Is this
or
porn?
this.
Okay, after this, I want to hear the porn step.
The one that's on there, or
Yeah, what?
the one where it's like,
And my listeners are appreciating the music. North Star says good music.
suck up.
Do you like dismemberment plan?
Huh?
Do you like dismemberment plan?
North Star, do you like dismemberment? What is it?
Dismemberment plan?
Dismemberment plan?
So it's
Mind you, there's about 30 second delay from.
step original mix.
Just let me hear something
I
porn
just made
step.
a fucking playlist. I'm like, I just want to play it.
Yeah,
I'm like, you know,
it's
like,
not my fault.
it's driving
So
me like,
Okay, ladies.
slow your roll.
Okay, boys. Okay, hermaphrodites.
Yes, we're all trying to come out.
Okay, gender neutrals.
There you go. Dismemberment by this dismemberment by
Good morning, Iowa. How are you today? So we left Denver about 2.5 hours ago. We're on our way to Wichita, Kansas now. It's just me, Trish is driving, and Darcy is being Darcy. Up here in the passenger seat. That's the head you see right here in front of the camera. So, update. Had a really good reception with Occupy Denver. Did a little bit of a mini GA with them. It was more of a discussion group, and some breakout groups. And then we went to this collective house called the Imaginarium, where we had a really good time. They had a potluck for us, and well, they had some food for us, anyways. And got to listen to this guy whose name is Live Animal. Jam out on a guitar, and I live streamed that for a little bit last night. And they let us stay there. It was a really beautiful 3-story house. They let us crash over there last night, so we were able to sleep inside. And this morning, got to take a shower and relax in a hot tub. So yeah. So we're coming up on Bethune next in about a mile. That says maybe if you're close along your way, you can swing by Dollywood and get Dolly Parton's used. I wouldn't mind stopping by Dollywood, but that's probably going to be too far out of our way.
What's your hundreds of like a McDonald's like that?
And honestly, I've never actually taken the time to. I love Dolly Parton, but I've never actually taken the time to really, like research what her political views are or what her thoughts are. It would be very interesting to hear what her thoughts and whether or not she supports the movement for peace, which I'm sure she does, like you are. I mean, who wouldn't support the movement for peace? Unless, of course, you're people like Assad or some crazy. Yeah, you know what? I'm talking to viewers. We're talking about Dolly Parton right now.
We should go over to Syria.
Huh?
We should go over to Syria.
Is this porn step? Oh yeah.
I'll put that on the computer real quick.
You'll know when you hear it.
Why does it sound like porn music? Like cheesy 80s porn? Like bow chicka wow wow.
You'll know when you're in that special place. Where it's like the dust.
It's so nice having my hands free. It's actually really hard on my arm. When I'm on the field shooting, it's really hard on my arm. I have to walk around like this all the time.
Oh yeah.
By the end of the day, my shoulder and arm is so sore I can barely move it. So it's nice having something like this, but I can just you know exactly what I mean.
Oh yeah. Especially when you have to hold it up and over. I was right next to one of the cops sealing off the rotunda. I literally had my hand over his hat. Sometimes I'd bump their hats and they would be like, ah. But so one of the facilitators who was outside the rotunda actually tried to come up and wide, and I was like right next to the cop, shoulder to shoulder. Basically, this man is even like a foot away. And the cop just goes, what? And these guys are usually behaved in Sacramento. They're, you know.
They had like riot cops in Sacramento, and they had like crazy riot cops back there.
Yeah, I know.
And then like the horses were wearing like masks.
I was there.
Oh yeah, you were there.
Of course.
Actually, I almost got arrested for streaming from the Capitol steps.
Oh yeah.
But here's what was fucked up about it. So I was up there streaming, right? And you know the quote-unquote peacekeepers, the guys in the blue shirts, that were the march organizers? This one march organizer was giving me shit saying, you can't be up here, you can't be up, you're not allowed up here. I was like, he's like, no cameras up here. And I was like, how the hell are you going to tell me that as a citizen of as the resident of the state of California, I do not have a right to film a public event on a public space? And he's like, and I was like, the only way you're going to get me off these steps is if you have me arrested. So he goes over and cries to CHP, and they force me off the steps.
This is porn step, motherfuckers.
Yeah, how would I not know what porn step? It's not outside. Huh? I didn't hear what you said. Hi. How's it going?
I want it deeper.
what she said. That's what I thought.
I eventually can like put on headphones. I don't think there's a
I think I'm going to have some backwards.
what?
Oh God. There's a chair.
Please don't stop.
It's sad. We got Michael now. So y'all ready for an update? Hey Michael, you're on live stream still.
Hey,
So Michael, it's James. One of my viewers had made let me look it up real quick. Hold on.
Question.
Had a question. Let's see. He was wanting to know how many never returned back to the bus in Vegas. Did we lose anybody on the Southern Caravan in Vegas?
Lose anyone?
Yeah.
But I know that the Love Bus had a breakdown outside of Flagstaff. I think on the way out of Flagstaff, and they had a mechanic look at it yesterday, I guess, or even maybe today. So I guess they're behind.
Okay.
The bus full of about 8 people. But in terms of Vegas, I didn't hear of any drop-offs there. No.
Okay. Yeah, I'm just doing updates with my viewers, and they're giving me updates that they've heard. So that's why since nobody in here had heard of that, I just want to check in with you about it.
I have. No, Buddy didn't tell me that. Scotty didn't. He was driving. No, I didn't hear that.
Oh yeah. Speaking of Buddy, he gave me a call earlier.
Yeah, good. I told him to. Yeah, great. So he told you about whatever he said. I mean, it's great, man. It's definitely diversity too, because they got more media type stuff, and we had more kind of personal,
Right.
Like you got last night music and all that. That's great. It's really cool.
Well, I'm gonna be keeping the stream running all day today. So.
All day on this totally diverse landscape of ours.
One of my viewers said it's like the longest runway they've ever seen.
Yeah,
It's like
good.
the
That's
most
what
boring
it's
day
like.
in the life.
And it may be a boring day, but we're having good conversation.
Yeah.
Great.
And it's
And
true. It's what's
awesome.
happening.
What do you guys think? Should we we lost an hour, right? We just changed an hour, so now it's 2:30, not 1:30.
Yeah, our clock goes to
Central
12:30.
Central Time.
According to the cell phone that I'm on, we're still in 1:30 time zone. So.
Mine changed over to 2:30. That's that's evidently what it is.
So, I'm sure it'll change over once we actually cross the line, but I don't know if we've actually made it there yet.
Oh, I thought you guys were in Kansas. I thought you said you were in Kansas.
Are we?
I don't think we are yet. I actually think we're still in Colorado.
I haven't seen any.
Okay.
Because we haven't seen any welcome to Kansas signs yet. So.
Are you guys
We
in Kansas?
didn't either. We saw a goodbye to Colorado. We didn't actually see any welcome to Kansas.
Welcome to
I don't know if there is one. There's a big, when you get in, only a few miles in, there's a big place, welcome to Goodland. Well, Goodland's got a big white bubble.
No, we have not passed that yet.
Okay, it's on the left, big white, kind of like whatever the hell, silo, I don't know.
Have you seen any llamas?
Have you seen any llamas?
No, today, man.
So,
but hey, are you guys thinking should we like wait? I mean, we should go. We could go as a group if we meet up at one spot and go together in the last place. Should we meet for lunch or something?
Well,
how far back you are?
well, that's what I was gonna say. Let me look on the. We'll hang up with you. We'll see where we are on the GPS and call you back and let you know where we are.
Cool. Okay.
All right.
Good.
All right. Bye.
Good. Yep. Later.
Back to port step.
Sally. All right, we're actually almost to the border of Kansas. We're getting ready to cross into Kansas direction. See, we're not that far from the border. So, I'm thinking maybe Colby would be a good place to stop. So we're coming back.
Sorry. Is it bad?
I'm just really strong with this spray. Like,
That's going to be the Southern Caravan that would be going to Austin. We're not going to be going to
Sometimes I
Texas.
spray it, like, it gets pulled out, like, just like mine.
oh yeah. Well, because what is it called? It's called like what, like
Yeah.
Tropical passion.
yeah. tropical
Okay, so
powder you carry.
yeah, I'm here.
That's why.
So we are almost to the Kansas border, and I'm thinking the best place that we might want to meet up together would be Colby.
We can.
Oh, no.
It smells so good.
Okay. Take Colby. Oh, it's 23 miles. Take Colby.
All right, so we'll call you.
I thought to call you guys. Just, yes.
We'll call you when we get close to Colby. All right, bye. They're about 23 miles from Colby.
Sweet.
Step motherfuckers.
If they are protecting the railway station in Austin, then I'm all for that. A city like a city the size of Austin does not have the railway station. I think this country becomes way too reliable on nuclear anyways.
You can't rely on it. It's if the United States switched to nuclear, we would run out of fuel in like 20 years. So we've actually, it's not something like that. It would be within 20, 50 years we can run out of fuel. So even if you switch to it, it would work.
Net said that they heard that they are protecting a nuclear waste station that is in the city of Austin.
Step
Is it a
motherfuckers.
reprocessing or is it, because that's still,
It's a nuclear waste station.
that's not even, I agree.
That's why I'm saying, that's what I was really talking about when I said that this country's become way too dependent on nuclear.
They should be something that should be reprocessing it so that they eventually. I agree.
You go like back up to the top of the top plane and take one over. You're like,
I'm stacking some blueberries.
like honey in my hair or something.
Yeah, what's the plane on your actual list? Just gonna quit out of Spotify right now and then go back in. I'll play that track. I'll play it right now. I'll just let you.
She's just mad because there's fucking road work again.
What? Oh yeah. Probably not actually fucking road work.
You don't know what kind of maintenance these roads need.
That's like every time we put on for construction, it's just construction.
Yeah.
Right.
Spend all their time putting up cones. At least in California, they take it down.
It's like the bureaucracy is expanding to the bureaucracy.
Alright, we are leaving California. Goodbye, Colorado. Goodbye, Colorado. We are now in Kansas. Welcome to Kansas. God, that's a tiny sign. Alright, I'm in Kansas. We're still at your total. That's why I thought we were in Kansas. So Net says, for sure they're suppressing free power. We don't need nuclear power at all.
We don't. If we come up with the alternatives, yeah.
We have plenty of
We need to build it.
alternatives.
We need to actually build it.
We've got solar. We've got hydro. We've got
Hydro can't supply it all.
we've got wind power. Colorado.
You gotta think about it.
Colorado. Get it? Kansas, Colorado.
The best city in you
You
gotta think about energy solutions locally because each landscape kind of has its own natural. Like some places get better sun, some places get better wind. Some you might just need to attach to the grid more. But in Colorado or Utah, you saw a lot of solar. Interesting.
So Net.
Colorado, this was solar.
What happened with the camera is so the phone was damaged. No, not magnetic generators. What happened was the phone I'm using to stream with was damaged on May 1st, and ever since the camera has started periodically going into this like water ripple effect. So every once in a while you'll see that, and then all I have to do is tap the screen and it recalibrates itself. The screen itself is cracked and there's glass missing. Surprisingly, the screen still works. But yeah, so you'll see that periodically. But I try and keep a conscious view of the screen to stop it as soon as I see it.
Even though it's for switches, it says Kim Dawson's playing.
That's really weird.
Yeah, that's true.
I don't like my I saw
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought you were saying magnetic generators were what was causing my phone to do the ripple effect. Are we sure that magnetic generators have absolutely no environmental impact? Because
Magnetic?
yeah. Well, I would think that they have some sort of environmental
Yeah, but it might not be pollution. It might just be interference with our shit.
Well, I mean, I honestly, I feel like wouldn't there be some sort of impact on Earth's magnetic field if we started switching everything to magnetic generators?
Well, it's the scope that's important. If they do it on a big scope, they can cause. We'll figure it out when we turn it on, right? Shit.
people like humans have an amazing ability to make just about anything incredibly destructive.
As well as the opposite.
Right. Hey Trixie, how are you doing today?
Listen to this song.
See, they actually are working. Oh, really? Except for these farming. That's not farmland right there, dude. They're trying to build a farmland. They're building two more lanes to the highway, so they can have 2 lanes east and 2 lanes west.
You're just living construction sites that have pretty high construction. Like especially through Utah at the beginning of Colorado.
Hey, and this time we actually saw them. At least this time we actually see them doing their job.
Man, there's actually people working here. Like, wow,
I saw
man.
more people working in I-80 in the Sierra Nevadas, California, than
Yeah, oh yeah. They were doing shit. They were getting shit done.
So we actually have a full conversation going on about the magnetic generators right now in my chat. Let's see. North Star says would have to watch for EMF. Ned says the byproduct is water, and then no, because they self-sustain their own power generation.
is it self-sustaining or is this running on the planet's magnets?
Exotic strange that Kyle's camp is the same thing.
It runs on the planet's magnetic. No.
Like, where is it going? Like, don't
Does it-
fuck up our magnetic shit on our planet.
Does it drain or does it cycle? You know?
I would imagine that, you know,
They drain a magnet.
yeah, I have seen magnets lose their, I don't know. But I would think that they would, I would think that, let's see, they don't have an effect on the overall magnetic field because they're self-contained units. So does that mean that, I mean, repeat your question.
I totally am not taking enough physics to even participate in this.
She knows more about the
This is actually,
What?
it's actually really complicated. I have no fucking idea. I don't know shit about it.
Yeah, I know nothing about physics. I'm not a physicist. I don't know anything about physics. I won't even pretend to know about physics.
You gotta look at
I know the basic laws of physics, and that's about it.
We should be able to generate it on a small scale and see what the effects are long term.
Agreed.
When humans first saw trees, they were like one of the first fuel sources. Well, they thought it was infinite at the time. Are magnetics going to be infinite, especially at the scale we intend to use it upon? And what would happen?
Why don't we just stop using so much fucking energy? Why don't we just stop this? Like, stop demanding that everything works for us when we want it. Do everything that we want. Make this more comfortable, more convenient, easier for me right now. If we didn't have that fucking attitude, then maybe we would do shit for ourselves and not use so much.
And then we would be walking to Wichita, wouldn't we?
I know. We would be walking to Wichita.
Or
Which
we'd
would
have a bullet
actually
train.
probably be a really fun. Yeah, we'd have a bullet train. That would be so
we would
rad.
share our resources instead of making every individual be on their own.
Yeah, dude, let's use energy, but let's use it for mass, like, public transportation, like, all over the fucking country, like, super fast, effective shit, you know? And that way you don't have, like, 500 cars going across the country when you could have a couple trains.
This is consumerism, not efficiency.
Yeah, it's not efficient.
Strong EMF causes brain damage over long exposure.
Yeah.
How much natural EMF do we get?
Who knows?
I have a radiation detector, and, like, you get a lot of shit, like.
So, is the stuff that we'll be generating worse than what we're already getting? And how significant would it be, if at all?
We're already poisoned, we live in
I already said that.
Objects can be magnetized that once had no magnetic quality. Study up on Ed Leeds Scotland. No idea who Ed Leeds is, but when I get a chance at our next stop, I will go ahead and check that out. North Star says Washington D.C. has high EMF levels.
Of course they do. They don't want anybody to read their shit. It's interference, probably. And all the crap they have on there.
Trixie says the stone circles in Africa, some think were power plants that use the magnetic energy of Earth. Which I could actually see that. Which it would be. I mean, in my humble opinion, I would think that would actually probably be one of the most sustainable resources of energy if we harness the natural energy that's already present.
It depends on the effects. Because you really don't, like, it's one thing to take alcohol and burn it, and that has its own effect. But if we have damaging repercussions to the magnetic field of this planet, because we harness his energy in an improper way. That'd be far worse than his way of
But that's why you have to find a way to be able to have it to where not only are you taking from that energy, but you're also regenerating that energy. You're recycling it.
So it's like water power.
But it's like the endless loop. What is that called? The fucking
Perpetual motion.
yeah, perpetual motion.
Yeah.
That's what I have to do.
Water turbines.
Which is basically impossible. It doesn't exist. So like why?
But it does exist.
It does. Oh wow. It was like a perpetual motion. That was called motion machine, right? And there's like a cat, right? And like this, and then there's like strapped to its back, like the other side of, so it would never land on the ground. So the cat always likes to feed it.
Yeah. I get it.
You can try that.
Quickly, we need more cats.
More cats.
Contact all the crazy cat ladies in the country. I know
Alright, you guys, I'm going to stop the stream for a moment so I can archive this hour, and I will be back up in just a moment.